Proper Akida, Quran and Sunnah, Quran and Sunnah, Minhaj and Akida, actions speak louder than words,
Sunnah following kids, come with me.
Gotta work hard to get to heaven. Treat the people good like the prophet would. Proper Akida, Quran and Sunnah, Quran and Sunnah, Minhaj and Akida, actions speak louder than words,
Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I want to welcome everybody to the Sunnah Followers Kids program for this week. And I know I'm late this week. I overslept. I apologize. But you know, the old lady's been dealing with issues. They've been public here on TV. So, you know, I'm sure that you guys allow me to be late for an hour a day, you know, alhamdulillah. But thanks to Sister Awa, I was able to wake up, you know, and get it together and get in here and stream. And mashallah, it's so beautiful to wake up to my favorite students, my beautiful Bantu babies from all over the world. And let's take a look at them, guys. Let me introduce y'all to the kids here who make me feel so happy, who make me feel so good, especially considering the fitting I have to deal with. And let's first of all spotlight for everybody. Look at the babies. These the ones that drove from all the way from Rochester, New York to meet Sister Layla when Sister Layla had her knee surgery. Look at my babies. This is Asma and Najma. And what's the baby's name? We'll say it again. Zainab. Right? I was getting ready to say, I remembered it. Zainab. That's Asma, Najma, and Zainab. And they're Bantu. They're from Somalia originally. You know, I think they're going to visit. So are y'all going to Somalia to visit? So I mean, Kenya?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's why I heard your mother said that she's going to, inshallah, go to Kenya because one of their cousin, Habiba, who's another one of my students here, she moved to Kenya and built a beautiful home. And I want to go to Kenya, too, to look at her beautiful home and all them beautiful. It's just beautiful. You know, it's a shame how America doesn't depict the beauty of Africa. Africa is one of the most beautiful continents on earth. It is the most beautiful. And oh my God, the pictures that Habiba posts up are just magnificent. So these are my babies. They're here with us for today and got their beautiful kimars on. And also my favorite student. Y'all know who this is. This is Sabrina, all the way from Burundi. And mashallah, look at her little sister. You know, she helps her little sister and helps her mom around the house. And look at the baby's hair. I like that style because I know how long the baby's hair is. How your mother was able to put it like that, I don't know. Because that little girl got some long hair. But mashallah, don't she look adorable? Y'all see the different ways that we Muslim women, I mean, when I get the calls from, African American sisters, you know, talk about how they have a hard time, washing their hair and all that stuff, braiding their hair. There's so much we can do. You know, y'all remember, this is the baby, her hair come all the way down her back. Look how her mother fixed it and got it twisted up like this, but it's not the twist that looks like dreadlocks, like them Kaffir kids wear. This is beautiful. I don't know how she did that. And will they stay long, Sabrina?
Yeah, they can stay long.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's just adorable. Turn around in the back. I don't know how your mother did that. Y'all see that? Her hair comes all the way down her back and it'll stay. It'll stay in place and it'll last for a week or something, huh? They won't come loose. And y'all see that? Those are not dreadlocks. Dreadlocks are haram. you know, and look at their twist. That's how the sisters in Africa roll. That's the twist. That's lawful in Islam. And if you sisters had your hair like that, for those of you who are married, all you'd have to do is just let the water run through. You don't have to take them out when you make your ghusl. Just let the water go through. This is what we're talking about. And look at her cheekbones and stuff. She is beautiful. Both of you are. MashaAllah. That's Sabrina, my favorite student, and her baby girl. And that's the good. I want to thank you for showcasing that hairstyle for the adult women, because the adult women are always asking me what to do, the African-American sisters, with their hair. And that's what you can do. And then just take a ghusl and let the water just run through. You ain't got to take that down. MashaAllah. So who else we got with us? Let's see. There's Corday. MashaAllah. Corday, how are you?
Good.
Remember, he was wearing that sporty tabush, that kufti last week. Yeah, are you mad waiting for me to come? Because I was late. I didn't make you mad, did I? Yeah, you know, you seen the fitna I've been dealing with, haven't you? Online. I've been dealing with a lot with these people, haven't I? Yeah.
Yes.
But that's okay. You're going to end up being my little protector, inshallah. You know, he's going to end up being a soldier of the website, like Brother Tarek is, you know, and Brother Ahmad. But Ahmad's been sick and Tarek is working. He's a correction officer, you know, making money. You know, I used to be the vice president of his union. But anyway, yeah, it's good to see that you're here. You look so handsome and you look like you're awake and everything and ready for class. And mashallah, who else we got with us? Here she is. That's Tahira. That's Mina's daughter, y'all. When we had that man, that non-Muslim, calling yesterday on our phone, blowing it up. You know, Mina was the one that figured out how to block him. So you see, he can't call now, although he's trying. Oh, he's that man. Y'all know that man's been calling all night long. It's just that he can't get through because we got it set up. But the logs, the transcripts, I get the transcripts letting me know when people call. And that man ain't giving up. You know, these non-Muslims are persistent, aren't they? And Tahira, you look so beautiful with that kimar on. That's a different style, huh? That's the same style. Why it looks so different today?
Because it's not straight.
Well, you know what? You done made a new style. And that's what I tell the young girls. You can be unique. Make your own style with these kimars, just long as it covers your bosom, like Sister Tahira's is doing. Hers is covering her bosom, just like Sabrina's covered the bosom. But you can be unique and make your style, just long as the kimar serves the purpose it's supposed to serve. And you look lovely today. And who else we got with us? Here she is. This is the princess. Let me spotlight her. There's the princess Anaya. MashaAllah. See her style. She's all the way from Tanzania. MashaAllah. We got Tanzania in the house with her beautiful bling kimar. By the way, I got one too. They sent me one. You know, I got, y'all ask about my hijabs, my pashimas that I wear mostly. These are all from Jamila Pasha. Make sure y'all check out Jamila Pasha. She's from out of New Jersey. You know, she keeps it real. She keeps it real. She sells the most beautiful clothing. There's no excuse for no African American woman, you know, to walk around looking shabby. You know, when you got Jamila Pasha and her clothes, and they're all not reasonably priced. Okay, but most of my stuff comes from her. In fact, all my pashimas come from her. But when y'all see me wearing the other kind with the bling that hangs down, comes from, I got Tanzania, I got Niger, I got Somalia, I got all these African country kimars. And did you read the book this time, or prepare for yourself, Amalia?
No.
Oh, that's okay. You're gonna do well with the quiz today, though. Anyway, don't worry. That's why I put it all on a PowerPoint. And who else we got with us? Oh, mon Dieu. Look who's here. The curls are almost gone. Shuaib. Assalamu alaikum, Shuaib.
Alaikum salam.
You know, when is that haircut coming?
What did you say?
When is that haircut coming? What'd your father say about the haircut?
On Eid.
On the Eid, yeah. Because I can't even see your curls now. You look so handsome. You look just like Rockmo. But mashallah, you are growing up. You got a little tan, it looks like, too. You been outside? Well, you got a little tan. It's been hot all across the U.S. of A. But mashallah, you a handsome little lad there. You're getting more and more handsome. You know, that's my Shuaib. Y'all know he's Somali too. Hello, 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 hello. So now what we're going to do, guys, is get started on our class for today. And we are studying from the book written by one of my students, Brother Abdullah Kirk. This is the book called Dunya. Dunya. Dunya, and we will be covering chapter 7, inshallah. So let me put the PowerPoint there. And by the way, there's a picture of the book, sister. Let me show high spotlight them. They're holding up the book. That's Dunya. Go to Amazon.com. The book only costs $10. This is not a children's book either. This is written for adults, but it shows how even the children can understand. Open the book so they can see that it's not a children's book. Ain't no pictures in it. Look, this is an adult book, and it's basically the same thing that we're teaching in our 6 o'clock class, except this is on a different level. It's talking about how to maintain your Muslim identity living in a non-Islamic society. The relationship between Muslims and our global society. That's what everything is about, guys. It's all about trying to maintain our Muslim identity, especially living in the era in which we live in, where Islam has become distorted. What does that mean? That means Muslims are not practicing this religion correctly. As Muslim women, look at the Muslim women that around you. Most of them are not dressed correctly. That hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that one of the signs of the last hour, the women will be dressed but still naked. Muslim women dressed but still naked. What does that mean? We got clothes on, but we're still naked. We're not dressed the way Allah commanded. We're still accentuating, our body parts and our beauty. And we see that, every day when you look outside, subhanAllah, you go to your Islamic communities, the women are not dressed correctly. Your hijabs, should come down over your breast. You should not wear clothing that is tight fitting to show the shape of your body. You sisters, if you're gonna wear abayas like what I have on, they should not have a waistband in them. And this is what I'm seeing now. This is the new fashion style for Muslim women, it seems. They're walking around with these beautifully made abayas that have belts, waistbands and belts and drawstrings to accentuate their breast. This is haram, because even though you have on clothing, you're still naked, because you don't want to let people see the breast, the way your waist cuts in, or the bottom derriere like that. And this is how we look. Look at this. We walk around with these looking just like this, the bottom part wide, and we got on clothes to emphasizes and the top part wide. That's the Kardashian look. We're not Kardashians. Look at where the Kardashians are going to end up unless they convert to Islam. Look at their lifestyles. They on TV. They're unhappy. A bunch of unhappy rich women who had all that surgery done to get them big derrieres and big chest, and they can't keep them in marriage. Their babies got different daddies, and oh Lord, have a mercy. you know. And we Muslim women are imitating them, dressing like them, wearing a clothing that's tight fitting so you can see baby got back and baby got front. This is haram. Okay, so I don't want to see any of my girls like that. None of you guys dress like that. You guys are from Africa. You have the most beautiful abayas because all of you come from mostly Muslim countries. You know, wear your traditional clothing and don't try to be like the Kardashians. Don't try to accentuate it by putting belts in it and ties in it to make you, no. And make sure your kimars are just like you got them over your breast. Everybody understand that? Yeah, Amalia, you wanted to make a comment?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Are you talking about the Kardashian shows?
Yeah, that's what the Muslim women are imitating. Those non-Muslim ladies, the Kardashians. We're not Kardashians, and we're not Nicki Minaj's either. You know, subhanAllah, we don't do that stuff. Yeah. So, you know, so alhamdulillah, that's what this book is all about. This book is all about how to live in a non-Muslim society, such as what we're living in, but still maintain our Islamic identity, our Islamic purpose. And today what we're going to do is go over chapter 7. So, y'all, here we go. Let me go to my stream here on YouTube. For the guys watching YouTube, let me put the Sunnah followers emblem up here. Do I have anybody on wait a minute, hold on for a second. Someone's at my door. If I can get a moderator on YouTube, please get on YouTube and deal with the issues there. Who is it? Okay, did somebody take care of the people? And guess what? This is really hilarious. You guys want to know? I got them on YouTube, and guess who that was knocking on my door? The same people. This is weird. And where I live at, they don't allow that. Huh. Okay, yeah, take care of them people here. Might be the same people. They're knocking on my door, too, with that Bible stuff. Lord, have a mercy, Allah. I am being tested so badly. Okay, but anyway, here we go. People on Zoom. Let me share my screen first with you. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Give me a second, guys. Let me share the screen. This is the Hadith, the book. Hold on. Okay, this is for people on Zoom. Let me share you guys first. And y'all can see this, right? And now I'm going to go to the people on YouTube. Here we go. Okay, YouTube, you guys can see my screen. And by the way, for the new shahadas that I have, you know, this book is not written for children. But alhamdulillah, I'm teaching it in this class because my kids need to learn how to maintain their Muslim identity. All right. And so the new shahadas should follow along with us, but the children will be the ones answering the questions at the end. So what I'm going to do, this is the PowerPoint. Inshallah, everybody can see it. I'm going to make it all one page, make it better. There it is. And this chapter, which is chapter 7, It speaks about how living in a non-Muslim society, as Muslims, it's hard for us to maintain our thought process as a believer. And the only way that we can adapt the proper thought process is by learning the religion like you guys are doing. And learning, making sure that we're learning from the people who are teaching us Islam in its truthfulness. Okay, so let's take a look at this chapter, and there will be a quiz to take notes. And again, as Muslims, it's essential for all of us to investigate the thought processes that we're having. We talked about this in my 6 o'clock class. We have to do a lot of self-evaluation. You should take the time to evaluate yourself. And this is for all my kids. I know a lot of you go to the non-Muslim schools, which you really shouldn't. I want everyone listening to me, the parents to check out SAFA, SAFA, USA.org. That's the online school. Your kids can learn, get a secular education at home and also learn Islam. This school is run by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. So you know that your children are getting the proper Islamic education, and also he has bona fide qualified teachers that will teach them the math, reading, science, and other skills they need too. All from the platform of your computer at home, so that way your kids are not subjected to bullying or any of that, and you don't have to worry about your children picking up bad behavior from non-Muslim kids. But for you kids who are not able to do this, especially, you're gonna have to evaluate yourself. Okay, and make sure that you're not imitating and adapting the thought process or the behavior of the non-Muslims. And a lot of Muslims don't understand what a believer is. A believer is a person who's a Muslim, but he or she has completely submitted themselves to Allah's will. And their faith is so strong in their heart that there's nothing that anyone can do to cause them to question the fact that they're a Muslim, or to doubt whether or not it's okay to wear hijab, to doubt whether or not, it's time to pray. And to be completely committed and dedicated to Islam. That's what defines a true believer. So to be a believer as a Muslim, we have to do the things that Allah commands us to do, such as dress properly. And when you sisters are at school or out public and you speak, make your voices like mine, loud and intimidating. And you have to fulfill all the commitments that Allah has placed upon us, like Brother Shuaib does. Take the garbage out. Your mom says your job is to take out the garbage, you take it out. Or do like Brother Corday does. He helps his mom with his little brother all the time. He helps his mom, with his brother. Sabrina helps her sisters and helps keep the house together. So to be a believer, we have to do everything Allah commands us to do, fulfill all our obligations to the best of our abilities. And again, everything is for the sake of Allah. So that's a believer. Every believer is a Muslim, but not every Muslim is a believer. Do you guys understand that? Let me repeat it. Every believer is a Muslim. That means you can't say, oh, she's a Christian, but she's still a believer because she believes in Allah. No, the Christians do not worship Allah the way He commanded. So they're not believers. If they were believers, they would submit to Islam, which means total submission. If they were if they were a believer, they would be a Muslim. They would be dressing the way we dress. They'd be praying 5 times a day. They'd fast Ramadan. They'd follow the way of the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if they were a believer. So every believer is a Muslim, but not every Muslim is a believer. And let's take a look at that concept. What this means is that being a Muslim is not just following certain rules, but it's about having true belief in Allah and true love for our Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Listen to what Allah says in the Quran when he says in the interpretation of the meaning, the Bedouins, they say we believe, but in reality, you tell them you do not believe. Okay? We are as Muslims because faith has not yet entered your heart. If you obey Allah and his messenger, he will not deprive you of your deeds or anything. So here Allah is telling us that when the Arabs first converted to Islam, they would say we believe, but in reality, they didn't. In reality, some of them still had questions about Islam. They still questioned whether or not prayer is something that they should do. They questioned whether or not they should pay charity. So that's when Allah said, don't say that you're a believer, just say you're a Muslim, because faith has not yet entered your heart. Until we do everything that Allah commands us to do without second guessing ourselves, we would never be a believer. We're just a Muslim. Does everybody understand that? So again, true belief, if you really believe in Allah, it's going to show in your actions. For example, I look at these Muslim girls, these Muslim women that I see on the streets, that I see on TV. They all claim to be Muslim. Yes, they are Muslim. But don't say that you're a believer, because if you are a believer, you wouldn't openly disobey Allah. The simple fact that these women have on abayas that have belts in them to emphasize their breast and their behinds, and their hijabs are not covering their breast, and they're mingling with the men. They're sitting with men, talking with men, shaking hands with men, laughing with men. We don't do that. This is not the behavior of a Muslim woman. So don't call yourself a believer yet. You may be a Muslim, but you're not a believer, because the believer would never, ever, ever deliberately, intentionally disobey Allah. So I want you girls to think about that when you go to the mosque, you go outside and see other Muslim women, and they're sitting with boys, sitting with men, laughing and talking. There you can see the shape of their bodies. Okay? They're flirting and flaunting. Yes, they're Muslims, but they're not believers. So Allah lets us know that faith, true belief, is not just with your words, but it's your actions. It's whatever's in your heart. And as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, whatever is in the heart will manifest itself through your actions. I'm sure some of you have heard Muslims say, don't judge me. My religion is in my heart. We do judge you. We can only judge you from your behaviors. And if your religion was in your heart, whatever is there is going to show through your behavior. So again, guys, we got to think about that. We have to look at ourselves when we say, I'm a Muslim. Yeah, I'm a Muslim. But we need to ask our questions. Are we believers? Are you a believer? That's the big questions, kids. And also, every Muslim on this planet, each and every one of you should make it a point to strive to become a believer. Like I said, all of you were born Muslim. You're all Muslim. Your parents are raising you to be Muslim. So what is the goal of each and every one of you? Your goal should be to be a believer. That means I want to submit to Allah and totally, without question, without asking why do I have to wear hijab, without asking why I have to grow a beard, without asking why I have to make sure that my pants, if I'm a man, are not dragging the ground. You just say Allah said it, so I submit. We should all strive for that. And we have to be aware that the environment around us, we live in America. This is a non-Muslim society. So that means most of the people you come in contact with are not Muslims. So that means they are not believers. It's not about trying to please them. It's not about trying to blend in and be accepted by them. It's all about taking on acceptance from Allah. Does everybody understand that? And remember that we are the best of all the people that Allah brought forward. We should be an influence over them, not allow them to influence us. When the other girls in school see that you carry yourself with dignity, that you are modest, they're going to want to emulate and be like you. When the other boys in school see that you're strong, you're tough, you're resilient, and you don't back down, they're going to want to try to be like you, brothers. So we influence others. We don't allow others to influence us. And again, this does not mean that we shut ourselves off from the world either. Allah doesn't want us Muslims to live in a box. He wants us to be able to interact with others, be tolerant that everyone is not like us, but he wants us to be resilient. That means strong, and show that I'm not like you either. Don't compromise our belief system for anyone. Mix with the people, but don't become like them. So that's basically what this chapter is all about. So now I got a few questions for the kids here. Let's see how well you all understood this. Here's my first question. Who can tell us, what does it mean to be a believer? Who can give us the meaning of a believer? Go ahead, Asma and Najma. Go ahead.
What it means to be a believer is to submit completely to Allah and to Prophet Muhammad SAW, and to not ask questions about the religion.
You guys, what do you guys think of her answer? She right?
I agree.
Yes, mashallah. Good job. Now, I bet you if I were to ask your parents that today in class, they're not going to know the answer. But that's okay. Teach your parents this answer too. Good job. Next question. What about this? A Muslim may not be a believer, but a believer is a Muslim. Is that true or false? Go ahead, Corday. True or false, Corday?
True.
What do you guys think of his answer?
No.
Who disagreed? Who was that to disagree? I can't see.
Me.
Go ahead. Why do you think it's false?
Because a believer is one who submits, and a Muslim is just one who says they're Muslim.
Okay, listen, look at the question. A Muslim may not be a believer, but a believer is a Muslim. So you said the same thing he did. This is true. This is true. You got it right. I mean, yeah, your answer is right too. But you read it backwards. Yes, and both of them are right. You know, we're all Muslim, like Tahira said. But that's just a word. You're just saying you Muslim. Okay? A believer, not just only does a believer say it, But like Tahira said, they show it through their actions. Good job, Tahira. You just didn't read it right, but you got it right. Good job. And good job, Corday. You recognize it immediately. Good job. So all of us here are Muslims, but we have to strive to become believers. Good job. I'm proud of both of y'all. Okay, look at the next question. What are some things in this world that may distract us from praying and doing our obligations? Because that's the difference too. The believer doesn't allow the life of this world to distract him from what his mission is, which is obedience to Allah. Amalia, go ahead. What are some things in this world, Amalia, that can distract you from doing your prayers and stuff? Go ahead, Amalia.
Smoking.
Say it again.
Smoking.
Smoking, exactly. Do you know that's a sick sin, guys? I know people that don't go to the mosque because why you don't go to the mosque to pray, brother? I don't want to go in there smelling like cigarettes. You're going to let the cigarettes distract you from fulfilling your obligations to Allah. Good job. That was great. Sister Amira is here with us. Go ahead, Amira. What are some more things, Amira, that can distract us from praying and doing other obligations?
Going on TikTok or just looking on social media.
Exactly, guys. Spending too much time on social media, too much time on TikTok. All that time that we spend on TikTok, and I'm telling you, it can be addictive. You get to flicking through all those videos, and then I hear another video pop up, another. Next thing you know, you done missed the Fajr prayer. Next thing you know, you done the time that you spent TikToking is time that you could have spent reading the Quran or coming to the classes. Good job. What's another thing that distracts you from, let me see, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Oh, there it is. Now I can open it up and see. Okay, let's see who else I didn't call on. Oh, wow. Look at the kids here now. Now I can see who's here. I learned how to open this up. Drahima. MashaAllah, we have a new person here. Drahima. What is some, Go ahead. What's something else that can distract us? Go ahead.
Games.
MashaAllah. How many kids get caught up in those games? You know, I got the Twitch kids here listening. Alhamdulillah, I'm so proud of the Twitch Muslims because they spend a lot of time gaming, but they make sure they put the games aside to come to my class. But other kids like my grandsons don't come to class. Y'all ain't in here listening with me. Oh, they out there riding a bike. They're riding their bikes or they're playing games. It's all about having fun. We get so caught up in fun. We need to learn that there's a time for this and a time for that. Go ahead, Corday. What's something else that can stand between us fulfilling our obligations to Allah?
Getting on your phone a lot.
Wow, that's a big problem. You guys see it at the mosque, the Juma Khutbah. When I did Sheikh Atli's Juma Khutbah this week, look at how when he was doing the Khutbah, did y'all hear those phones going off? You can't even come to the Khutbah. You know, your phone ringing and people texting you. It's people sitting there in the Juma Khutbah on their phones texting. Your phone should be cut off when you go to the mosque, brothers. Subhanallah. Go ahead, Sabrina. What's something else that can distract you from your obligations to Allah?
So some prayers usually come when you're busy. So like you're like probably at the salon, you're probably at work, you're probably doing something, you're probably watching TV, and some prayers come and then you're just like, nah, it can wait.
That's a big problem. How many people don't make their prayers because they working? Boy, y'all see my Islam Q&A show on Fridays? That's one of the number one questions I get. Oh, Sister Layla, I'm at my job and I make my prayers when I get home. Astaghfirullah. No. Allah scheduled those prayers, like Sabrina said, for a reason. Allah says in the Quran, each prayer has its specific time. Allah wants us to pray within that time frame. That's the whole point. Allah wants us to be able to remember him, to set aside our personal distractions with the world, to set aside our worldly things and remember him. But a lot of Muslims are not doing that. Yes, go ahead, Sister Asma Najma. Did you guys give an answer yet? Go ahead. What's something else? Yeah, what else?
My answer is being around non-Muslims a lot.
Wow, that's a great answer. When you hang around.
I have an answer too.
And what else? Go ahead.
I was going to say comics, because a lot of people read like comics nowadays, and they get distracted and they want to finish like a lot of comics.
Yes, yeah. or reading paranormal books like I do. Oh yeah. A lot of us
trying to do the things that they see in the comics, and then they get distracted and don't pray.
Exactly.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Exactly. Y'all hear that? Monkey see, monkey do. Those are shams as kids. You know, extremely intelligent like their mom. You know, she's a nurse. Habiba's their cousin in Kenya. Oh yeah. They all related to Israel. They all related to Big Mouth and all of them related here at this website. They all related. Same tribe. MashaAllah. We get so caught up in reading books, watching TV, or trying to do what we see other people do. And the worst people we should be friends with are non-Muslims, because the non-Muslims, they don't think about prayer. They don't pray 5 times a day. They don't pray at all, half of them. They're not going to remind you that it's time to make dua, it's time to make answer. Good job. So that's a great distraction from this world, hanging around with non-believing people and getting too engulfed in TV and reading those books and trying to do what those books do. Monkey see, monkey do. Go ahead, precious kids. What's some other things that can distract you from your obligations?
Being around people that keep you from praying and distract you.
Exactly. Hanging around with people that don't practice this religion. That's why you want to make sure. Remember, the prophet said, you are upon the religion of your friends. So if there's Muslims that are not practicing, I'm sorry. You have to do el-bara, disassociate from them. You're only going to be around Muslims that take the religion seriously, like you're supposed to. Good job. Shuaib, what's your answer, Shuaib?
When you sleep, sometimes when you sleep too late, like if you stay awake until 4 and then you go to sleep, and then you might wake up after the.
You know, y'all know who he talking about, right? He talking about me. That's a problem. Good job, Shuaib. May Allah bless you. Y'all see, he got an attitude. He got attitude because Layla was late. But he's right. Staying up too late or sleeping too late. We have to get our bodies regulated. Allah made the night for sleeping, not for staying up doing videos, not for staying up doing PowerPoints. We have to train our bodies to do what Allah created them to do, so we can sleep at the right time, and then we don't end up oversleeping and missing dua or missing our classes, being late to teach. May Allah bless you, Shuaib. That's a great reminder for Sister Layla. Alhamdulillah. Good job. I'm so proud of these answers they given today. Man, my babies are on the ball. Okay, Sister Tahira, did you have an answer? Okay, I guess we got all the answers there. All right, so mashallah, guys, this was a great class on this chapter 7. Chapter 7 was a great chapter here because, again, we don't want to forget that as Muslims, we should be striving to not just be a Muslim, but to become a believer, because a believer is not the same. You don't want to be one of those people who are Muslim in name, but their actions are not those of a believer. You don't want to be like those women that you see at these conferences or that you see sitting on YouTube with a bunch of men talking and stuff. Okay, so you guys did very good with chapter 7. Next week, we're going to cover chapter 8 of this book. But for now, we're going to do our weekly hadith. And by the way, this book, who got the book? He held it up. There she is. Oh, let me go to my Zoom. Hold on, let me see. I can't. I'll get ready to screen share. Can't screen. Wait a minute. Where my baby at? Here she go. Spotlight. This is the book, 55 Hadiths on Islamic Behavior and Discipline by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Adli. The old man. The old man. Make sure you guys go to atleonline.com and get this book and all the other books of his I use. The only books I use at this website are Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid's and also Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Adli's Hadiths. And this is just one of the many books of his that I'm using. But this is the one I'm using for the kids, 55 Hadiths on Islamic Behavior and Discipline. And tonight we'll be doing Hadith number, 34, guys? Let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen. Give me a second. For you guys here on YouTube, let me flip the screen to this while I set up, get the Hadith. Hold on, where is it at? Get ready to open it up now. Okay, and people on Zoom, let me share my screen with you all. Oh, okay, and here's me. Hold on. Oh, YouTube. Oh, YouTube, here I come. 55, there it is, 55. Does it show up? Yeah, there it is. Let me make the screen bigger for everybody. Okay, this is the Hadith for today, Hadith number 35. This is a Hadith which speaks about pride. Pride. Who can tell us what the meaning of, what is pride? Who knows what pride is? What's pride? What does it mean to be pride, to have pride? Anyone? Take the mic. I can't see who got their hands up. Sabrina, go ahead. Tell them what pride, what pride is, Sabrina.
Pride means like you think like you're the best and everybody else is nothing.
Exactly. Pride means to think that you're better than everybody else. Pride means that you're going to look down on other people. You think that you are all that and a bag of chips with a soda pop and ice cream sundae on top. And everybody else is a cockroach, la cucaracha. That's pride. Well, let's take a look at this hadith about it. We have this hadith which is narrated by Ibn Masud. He said that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whoever has in his heart a mustard seed of pride will never, ever, ever enter paradise. Imagine that, guys. Because you think that you're the most beautiful woman on this planet. And because you're the most beautiful woman on this planet, you're better than everybody else. So you look down on other women. You treat other women badly because you believe that you're like a queen over them. That type of woman will never enter paradise. That means it doesn't matter how much charity she gives. It doesn't matter how many prayers she makes. It doesn't matter how much fasting she does. This is a sin of disbelief. And this is why Muslims don't understand these hadiths. There are some sins that we commit that fall in the category of disbelief in Allah. And pride is one of them. Pride is a sin of disbelief. So when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told the people this, one of the men said, wait a minute. He said, "Oh Prophet of Allah, I love my clothing. I like to wear nice clothing. I like to make sure that my shoes are nice and my clothing is nice. I like to make sure that my hair is combed, my beard is nice." He said, "I take pride in my appearance. Am I going to be in hell for that?" The Prophet said, "No, that's not pride." He said, "Allah is beautiful and Allah loves beauty. There's nothing wrong with you making sure that when you leave the house that you have on nice clothing." Then there's another hadith where the Prophet said, if Allah has blessed you with money, show your gratitude to him by wearing decent, appropriate clothing. He said, there's nothing wrong with taking pride in your appearance. We're supposed to, all of us, Muslim women and men, we're all supposed to take pride in how we look. He said, that's not the type of pride that's going to take you to hell. He said, the type of pride that's going to take you to hell is to hate the truth. You don't want to hear the truth because the truth is going to cause you to have to change yourself to that which is pleasing to Allah. Pride is to hate to hear the truth, to hate to accept it, that you're wrong. If someone tells you that you're wrong, for example, for wearing those abayas that's got belts in it, a lot of the women are angry at me. A lot of the women on the internet are angry at Layla Nashiba because I'm telling them that they're dressed inappropriately. That's pride. You're supposed to accept the truth without conceit. And you're not supposed to go around hating me for telling you what Allah said. I didn't make the laws. Allah made the laws. So that's pride. You think that you're better than everyone. You think that you are above being corrected. You think that you're above making mistakes. That's what makes pride a sin of disbelief. Because only Allah is perfect. Only Allah is free of mistakes. So that's what makes it a sin of disbelief. So we learn from this hadith that a Muslim will never enter paradise until he frees his hearts of arrogance, conceitedness, contempt for others because they tell you that you're wrong. Also, we learn that some Muslims will be in hell and then be forgiven and put to paradise, and others are going to be there forever, like we talked about today. A Muslim and a believer is different. A Muslim is a person that says he believes in Allah, but he may show that he doesn't. Whereas a believer doesn't just say he believes in Allah, he submits actions. So there's going to be a lot of Muslims on the day of judgment that will fall off that Sirat bridge and end up in hell forever, guys. Never entering paradise because they died upon a sin of disbelief. And also we learned that pride is a gateway to other sins like arrogance, self-conceit, thinking that you are perfect and better than others. And we also learned that pride includes denying the truth. I am a daya. I give you the evidence that as a Muslim woman, you cannot accentuate your breast and derriere with belts. You're supposed to make sure that nothing is seen but the face and hands. I give you the Dalil. I give you Aisha radiallahu anha's fatwa and everything, but you still don't want to accept it. You get angry. You go on Facebook and you slander me. That's pride. That person will never enter the hellfire. I mean, he will never enter paradise. And also we learn from this hadith, because I take care in how I look, that's not pride. Because I care that when I get on this computer, I know that the kids are watching me. I know that I got new shahadas here. I'm supposed to be a role model. I want to make sure that I look nice, that I look beautiful, that my appearance is impeccable, because I want to set a great example for these new shahada women. Because these women think that because they're Muslims, they're giving up something. No, you're not giving up anything except the dunya and the life of this world over Allah. Beauty, that's one of Allah's names. So that's not pride. That's emulating the names of Allah, which all of us are supposed to do. So mashallah, that is our hadith for this week. I really, really hope that all of you strive to be the best Muslims you can be, in hopes of becoming true believers. And I hope all of you free your hearts from arrogance. Don't ever think that you're better than everyone else. Don't ever think that you are above being corrected, that your parents can't tell you that you're doing something wrong. Okay? All right. So I'm going to stop right here. MashaAllah, we had a good class this week. Again, I apologize to all of you for being late. Inshallah, next week I'll be on time. Make dua for me that I'll be on time. And inshallah, I'll see everybody back here at 6 o'clock for the 6 o'clock class. And also, we have Brother Mukhtar's class too. Brother Mukhtar's class is at 7. So, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Well, like,